Welcome to the fourth and final lesson of the course. In this lesson, you will learn everything about retention. So, this final phase is all about keeping your customers or about retention. I'm gonna walk you through what happens after someone buys your front end offer, and let's say it's a course, meaning how you can retain them by upselling them to your main offer, and let's say that is a coaching program. Now, most people think the funnel looks like this. You have a visitor to your landing page or to your sales page, then they become a lead because they download your lead magnet, then they become a customer because they buy the low ticket offer or the front end offer, then they become a client because they upsell themselves from the front end offer to the main program, and then it's retention, about how many months can you keep them inside. But in reality, the funnel actually looks like this. So it's similar, but with one key difference. First, they are a visitor on your landing page. Then they become a lead once they opt in for your email list or for your lead magnet. Then they become a customer if they, buy your front-end offer. And then they become a lead again. So you reset them to the lead stage. And from there, then they can become a high-ticket client, and then you retain them. So here's why. Here's why this is such a key difference. It's because when someone buys your front-end offer, they're still on the fence because they still have doubts whether they made the right decision. They don't fully trust you yet because they're still looking for results. So you have to treat them like a lead all over again, even though they're technically a customer. And this is the golden nugget. If you skip this step, your LTV, your lifetime value, will suffer. So just because someone bought something from you, like a low ticket offer or a front end offer, it does not mean that they trust you enough to buy something from you again or to buy your most expensive offer. I learned this the hard way because once I was promoting my email marketing templates, 100 people bought my templates and literally none of them upgraded to my service. Why? Because I gave them the product and I disappeared. I didn't re-engage them. I didn't treat them like a lead again, and that was my mistake. And to be fair, upselling them was not my main goal at the time. It was just side income that I was planning to earn from digital products, and I wasn't planning to upsell them, but still, lesson learned. Now, to reset someone back to lead status after they have bought something from you, like your front-end offer, you need to build what's called an awareness bridge. Now, how do you build the awareness bridge and what is that? Well, just like the first 30 minutes after someone downloads your lead magnet, similar concept, you need to act fast as well right after someone buys your front-end offer. That's when you start building the awareness bridge. Now, how do you do it? So as soon as someone buys your intro offer, your low ticket offer, your front end offer, you need to immediately include them into your ecosystem by inviting them to your community. Like you can join my community in the navigation bar above this video. You need to give them access to your members area, like you are now right here inside the members area where you're watching these videos in the first place. You need to add them to your post-purchase flow, like you're receiving emails from me that entice you to watch the videos and provide additional values. You include them to your newsletter list, so once they finish the post-purchase flow, they need to be on your newsletter list or your email campaign list as well. You ask them to follow you on social media. For example, the first email you got from me once you bought, I left the opportunity for you to follow me on LinkedIn because it's where I'm mostly active. You need to share your best long-form content stuff. You need to invite them to webinars and workshops if you have them. You need to let them know where your sales pages and VSLs are, like I make you know. Under this video, if you click on the implementation program, you will watch my VSL in order to book a call with me. You need to use the thank you page to make all of this clear from the start. So once somebody buys, for example, you landed on my thank you page and I made it clear for you what are the next steps. You need to educate them on the next problems they'll face after solving the introductory problem. For example, like I'm educating you, because with all of this course, with the whole course, you will learn everything you need to know about funnels, but the next problem that will inevitably arise is you need to build it actually, and then you can do it yourself with the course, and it's totally possible. And you can also do it with the help of me and my team, which will speed things up. And you're becoming aware of this, right? Now it just becomes your decision whether you want to build it yourself or with our help. Both options are fine. And also you can reach out to them directly because no automation or VSL can beat a real conversation. So if you do all of these elements, or not every single one of them, but the majority of these stuff here, you basically have an awareness bridge in your ecosystem. And once they're inside your ecosystem, your job is simple. You need to keep encouraging them to consume your content, absorb your ideas, and explore your thinking. Let your funnel channels raise their awareness of where they are, what's next, and how to keep growing with you. Like by doing all of this, and I was letting you know about the example that I'm actually doing with my funnel as well. Meaning, if they bought your front-end offer because they were in a problem awareness stage, you need to make them most aware about your solution throughout your awareness bridge. You need to move them up the 5 awareness stages. If you open this, you will see here the 5 awareness stages that somebody has. In the beginning, they're unaware, then they become problem aware. Let's say you sold them here to solve the problem. Then they became solution aware and product aware about your stuff. And if they have been watching your, VSLs and everything, and they were on your webinars and they talk to you, then they become most aware of your product. So you need to move them up this ladder right here. And it's all about value first. With everything that you're doing here in your community, in your members area, post-purchase flow, newsletters, social, long-form content, webinars, VSLs, thank you pages, outreach, etc. It's about 80% value, and the other 20%, it's you talking about how people work with you inside your main offer and how they can join when they're ready. Now, what should that 80% of value look like inside your awareness bridge? You need to have value bombs. This is something that I learned from Alan Sultanich. And how to make value bombs? Well, it's basically to take your truly best knowledge and secrets and distribute it via articles, posts, videos, emails, and just give it away. The entire goal is that they need to walk away with secret knowledge that makes them feel like they know things others don't know, so you become an authority in their eyes and source of their knowledge and a wizard who knows all of the secrets. That creates a lot of intrigue and trust, and then people respond to that, and then they come to their own conclusion that they want to work with you and pay for you for your high ticket offer, and then they willingly give you money. So this is how it looks like, right? For example, like an exotic knowledge that most people don't talk about. For example, it's an awareness bridge, right? This is exotic knowledge. Who has ever told you, I'm sure nobody has ever told you that once somebody becomes a customer, you need to treat them like a lead again, etc. I hope you had so many more value bombs out of this course, and this is just one example. Now, dropping value bombs, these amazing emails, amazing social posts, amazing videos, etc., hits hardest when you do it inside your own channels, inside the awareness bridge. Why? It's one thing to post a really great social media post, but because these people have already paid to hear from you, because they're inside your ecosystem, they're paying more attention. And their level of focused attention is hands down the most powerful position you can create in online business. Because when someone posts something with a strong headline or a strong promise inside a community you paid for or inside an email list and you bought from them, it hits you 10 times harder from anything else you see on social or on YouTube. That's why I deeply believe that the only way to succeed now with AI content and short attention spans is pulling people inside your ecosystem when they listen to you without distractions, right? If they're inside your community and you invite them to a promising webinar, they will join because they pay to be a part of your community, they pay more attention, and they're more concentrated on what you have to say. And everybody talks about industry average in terms of reach, open rates, click rates, impressions. But we don't want to even be in that category because we want our monetized audience who bought our front end thing to pay a lot more attention than the industry average who just rents audiences because we're, on social, etc. because we're playing a totally different game. In essence, they need to consume your stuff. The more time they spend consuming your stuff, the more they will buy over and over again. And it has to be their decision without you pushing them. Now, how do you create the awareness bridge within the front-end offer itself? You need to have your introductory problem, and the core problem that you're solving with the core offer aligned. Meaning that after somebody solves the intro problem with your front end offer, they must realize that your core offer is the logical next step. Now, how will they realize this? Well, two things. The buyer needs to become aware of the core problem, and he needs to understand, and he knows he will need to solve it eventually, now or in the future. To make this possible, you need to educate your buyers on the presence of core problem in the process of helping them solve the intro problem. In other words, you need to mention it inside your offer. For this specific situation, it means I'm educating you on my best stuff about funnels, and I'm presenting you the core problem after you have all of this knowledge and clarity and understanding. And once you have your ultimate leads funnel fully mapped out, then the next problem is going to be you need to build it, right? As I said, you can build it yourself or you can build it faster with us. And basically then the problem becomes the speed, because people want to build things faster. And this is what I'm offering in the backend offer, so in the implementation program. Step number 2, the buyer is aware of the core offer, knows what it is, and that it solves the core problem. For example, you know that if you click on the implementation program below this video, you will watch my VSL, and then you will become aware that this is the solution to the core problem that you're aware of from the step number 1. So in the process of educating your buyer with the front-end offer, you also make them aware of the core offer. Core offer. You don't only make them aware about the core problem. You make them aware about the core offer, which is the solution to the core problem. You can do this by talking directly or indirectly, where you casually mention case studies of clients who work with you inside that core offer, etc. So for example, if I just open this and then I click here on results, and then you can see here. So results just simply speak for themselves. And yeah, I'm using the same principles that I'm showing you right now myself, and it's the only thing that's logical for me to do. I don't only walk the walk, I talk. I don't only talk the talk, I walk the walk. Now, earlier inside the awareness bridge, I mentioned the post-purchase flow, meaning when somebody buys your front-end offer, you need to include them into your email flows. What I really meant was your post-purchase flow that will guide them on a journey from your lower priced offer to your higher ticket offer. And here's where this post-purchase flow is located inside the funnel, right here. So when somebody buys your front-end offer, goes through all of these steps and pages in the funnel, then they enter your post-purchase flow, which tries to ascend them from this offer right here to this offer right here. It's the bridge, right? Same as the welcome flow is the bridge between the lead magnet and the front-end offer, or it can be the bridge between the lead magnet and the back-end offer purchase. Same thing applies here. Post-purchase is the bridge between the front-end and the back-end offer, meaning your cheaper offer and your most expensive offer. Now, we usually have a post-purchase flow when after someone buys the main offer. But since we're talking about coaches and creators, not e-commerce brands, you don't necessarily need a massive post-purchase email sequence once somebody buys your core offer. Because coaches, creators, consultants, mentors, expert service providers, you don't usually have over 100, hundreds and thousands of offers like an e-com brand. You typically have just a few or even one offer, and when somebody buys your main offer, as I said, often a coaching program, consulting program, expert service, etc., then the creator of the program itself builds a personal relationship with the client. And that relationship is what drives the retention. If the collaboration is strong, people stay. If not, no email sequence in the world can save it, right? For example, if you join my implementation program, then you need to be satisfied in order to continue working with us. If you're not, then what's the point of having a post-purchase email flow if you know from experience you're not happy with it, right? That's why you don't need, as an expert, you don't need a post-purchase flow after the core offer purchase. Because the truth is, people buy something because of an association, which is marketing, but they stay because of the product, which is their actual tangible experience. Side note, depending on your offer structure, you might also have an offer in between the front end and your most expensive offer. Jay Klaus is a good example of this. If I just open this right here, he has a course that he sells for $6.99. This is the front end offer for him. He has a VIP community plus coaching, which is almost 4,000 per year, but he has something in between, which is the community without the coaching. It's almost $2,000 per year. So this is like a mid-ticket offer, like a middle offer in between those two. So you can also have this just as a side note I'm mentioning. It's a good example. But let's say for this purpose, for the retention, someone doesn't buy your main offer. They just bought your front end offer. Well, if you want to upsell them, then they actually need to enter your post-purchase flow. And in this case, since it's not core offer purchase, it's front-end offer purchase, you definitely need a post-purchase flow. And from there, you can build out a sequence like the one we'll show you on the next slide. So this can be your sequence. You can have in the first email, onboarding and support email, where you actually welcome them, send them their login credentials to the thing that they bought. Let's say if it was a course or a book or a toolkit or a system or whatever. You tell them what to expect and where they can ask for help. Second email can be consumption and activation email. So you follow them up in 24 hours, reminding them to start consuming the materials they bought so they can implement the stuff they're learning to get a quick win. In email number three, you can have a biggest roadblock removal plus underrated feature email plus soft call to action, meaning you talk about the most common problem that arises with your customers trying to learn and apply your stuff. Plus, you tell them something about an underrated feature of the thing, because maybe you have something inside your front-end offer that's super useful, but people don't realize how useful it is. Plus, you mention subtly where they can upgrade to your core offer. Now, in the email number 4, you can send a survey or a direct reply plus soft call to action email. Like you ask them for a direct reply. Hey, do you like the thing that you bought? Or you ask them to fill a survey so you can get some feedback. Plus, you again mention where they can upgrade. And email number 5 is the bridge email. It's where you're introducing next problems that will come after solving the initial problem with the front-end offer, and you present your main offer as a mechanism to solve next problems. This is where you hard sell. And that's it. It's actually pretty simple. You can send this email immediately. This email 24 hours after the purchase. This email can be 48 to 72 hours after purchase. This email can be 5 to 6 days after the purchase. And this email can be like 7 to 8 days after the initial purchase. Now, to be honest, most of the heavy lifting here will be done by your awareness bridge and the quality of the offer itself. But still, a good post-purchase flow won't hurt. Because if you're in this course now and you don't like it, then what's the point of my post-purchase flow? It's just going to remind you that how shitty this course is, right? And if you like it, then the post-purchase flow reminds you how good it is, right? And it boosts positive emotions into you. So if you even want to simplify this ascension flow even more, if it feels a bit complicated, you can even simplify it. You can simplify it even more. You can just create a short 5 to 7 day flow where each day they get a friendly reminder to watch the course lessons they bought. You leave space in every email for them to reply with a question, and you nudge them to use the bonus materials like templates or checklists so they can actually apply stuff. And the goal here is to help them take action and get micro results within that first week of when they bought. Now, since they already paid for the course, those emails won't feel annoying. Quite the opposite. They'll actually appreciate the reminders. It keeps them engaged and it keeps them in the loop of actually consuming the thing. Now keep in mind that the average time period from buying the front-end offer to buying the back-end offer is usually around 7 days. This just again proves the point that you gotta strike while the iron is hot. Now here's a super simple example of how this flow looks like in practice, the more simple version. This is from Alan Sultanich when I bought his course, the low ticket course. He sends me the first email. Hey Dominic, we got an awesome video for you, blah, 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 blah. It's the day number 1 of the, seven videos, because the course had 7 videos, 7 lessons. Here's what you learn. Go here and enjoy. Email number 2. Second day, welcome to second day, watch the lesson number 2, etc. 4th day, welcome to day number 4, watch the 4th lesson. 5th day, welcome to day number 5, watch the 5th lesson. Like super extremely simple, yet most people don't do this, right? But just by having them in your inbox reminds you to consume the course. Day number 6, watch video 6 number here. It's like super short email. Today's number 6. It's all about this. This is where you watch the video, and that's it. Click here. Day number 7, last video. Watch it here. And each link takes you to the lesson. And then 8 email, which is the last email in this post-purchase flow. It's, where they send their testimonials and case studies and results from their clients, because after you've gone through all of the 7 lessons, then they try to upsell you to their backend program. Now, at the end, they automated a sales email, this one, as I showed you, and they loaded up with testimonials. At first, I thought it was solid, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized they missed some big opportunities. They only mentioned the offer once in the email number 8. Not everybody is going to open the email number 8, so they're missing out there. They should have been mentioning in the first 7 emails subtly where you can upgrade as well, just for them to leave you the option to do that. Because, as I said, in reality, half of the people won't even open the 8th email. And the ones who do, most won't click. So yeah, you need more than one pitch. You need more selling. However, there might be a reason they didn't include CTA links in earlier emails. It's because every email in the flow led them to members area, and inside the navigation bar of that members area, there was a call to action button. So it kind of felt more natural, no hard push. Plus, once someone finishes the flow, they're automatically added to Alen Sultanich's newsletter list, an own channel where he can continue converting later on. However, even though they were sending them to a members area that had a call to action button itself, I always like to include call to action in multiple places because that's the only channel, right? If it's in your email and in your members area, chances are higher somebody will click on it because it's simply in more places. But okay, so when it comes to lead magnets, free lead magnets, I would go with a 5 to 7 day email sequence that delivers one lesson each day with an option. Click here to get the next lesson immediately. If you remember the sending hack that I showed you, how they can receive all of the emails in one day. But when someone buys a front-end offer, you should give them the full access to everything that they bought by giving them the login credentials. And then run, basically this post-purchase flow is actually a consumption flow that encourages them to actually go through all of the things that they have, just like the example we looked at earlier. Now, what if you got multiple upsell offers and you're not sure which one to promote from your front-end offer? Well, it can be simple. You can create a mini quiz that helps people find the right offer for them. And you can always include that quiz to your call to action, like find out what's the best next step for you. Once they complete the quiz, they get a personalized recommendation. Then, as I said, just use that one quiz as your go-to call to action in emails, on your thank you pages, in your community, whatever. And simplifies your life and you can't mess with it. You don't need super complex segmentations. You just create a stupidly simple quiz that with 5 to 10 questions. Once they fill it out, they will see what, if you have multiple upsell offers, what will be the best logical next offer for them based on their situation. So here's a big question. What's the whole point of upsells and retention? You need to acquire a customer and then upsell them into a client and then turn them into a renewable financial resource. That's it. That's how the game is played. That's it. Apart from the upsell, from front end to back end, retention can also be done through. If you offer a recurring service, like I do with my email marketing done for you service or with my done with you implementation program, you can do retention through annual pricing, like Jake Klaus does here, as I already showed you. It's per year, so it's annual pricing, so it's not a one-time thing. Or like Ali Abdal does. Let me open this link as well. He has, so he has like 347 bucks, and then it's 85% a month, so it's a subscription model. You can have a group coaching that upsells them to one-to-one coaching, or you can structure your program to last at least 6 or 12 months with an option to extend, like I had with my mentor that I was working on in 2023 or 4, not sure. Yeah, so the point is not to sell them something for 20 bucks and then sell something for $2,000. The point is to keep them selling it to them every single month. As I said, either through a recurring service or through annual pricing or through upselling them to even a high ticket thing, or by having a payment plan that lasts for 12 months with an option to extend. This is where you earn the most of your money, right? You need to create a renewable financial resource, because once you capture them, once they become a customer and once they become a client, of course, you need to increase the lifetime value, right? Because there's only two ways to grow your business. I'm sure you already know this. It's either to get more customers or to make each customer worth more. This course shows you both things. And if you're coaching or consulting or service as your and if you don't offer coaching, consulting, or a service as your backend offer, and if you only sell info products, you only sell, for example, courses, so you don't have this, you don't have the stuff, you don't have a service, then you should have at least one high value course or bundle or toolkit priced at $500 or more. Because if you're only doing $37, $47, $97 courses, there's not enough profit margin there. Like, it's low ticket, right? You need, if you don't work one-on-one or grouply with clients, you need, or if you only do it yourself stuff, you need one that's at least $500 or more. So here are some examples of this. Let me just open these three links. So for example, here you see that this lady has stuff for over 600 euros. She has over 500 euros here. She has over, I don't know, over 450 euros. So if you bought these, like let's say you bought this one and then you upsell yourself to this one, it's decent, right? It's not only that it's not that each and every one of them is just 26, right? There's simply no room for revenue in that situation. Justin Welch has one. It used to be 897. Now it's 449. So at least over $500. Ali Abdal, I think he doesn't work like one-on-one. He doesn't have a service or coaching or like consulting. He does have like this, I think, community that comes with the do-it-yourself course, and it's 995. Yeah, so this is how you do it, right? If he was only attracting people to his free lead magnet and upselling them to $27 or $97 products, he wouldn't have enough space to grow his profit. Now, pro tip: if you want to reduce churn, make your first month the most expensive one, right? Now, a great model that works at every level, it's Alan Sultanich's funnel, right? I mentioned him. So he has a free community on Facebook, like a huge Facebook group, over 50,000 people inside. Then he has a course plus a paid community at $500 per month. And from there, he has a high-ticket coaching plus exclusive community at around like 1,500 or 2,000 per month, something like that. That's really powerful because there's a community at every step of the way. Free, low ticket, high ticket. All of it, it's a community. And nothing will pull people closer to you, closer to your high ticket offer than a recurring low ticket community. Because as I said, people pay you to pay attention to you and enter your ecosystem. That's game over. Here's another example from Matthew Larson. He has a free community. He has a paid community for people who are doing under $10,000 per month. And he has a high-ticket group consulting program for those who are doing over $10,000 a month. This is how the best creators do it. They create separate programs so they can sell to anyone regardless of their current level. Like starting from free to low ticket to high ticket. And those on the lower level can upgrade to the high ticket program later on. Let's say when they surpass the 10K per month threshold for him, or some other criteria depending on your offer requirements. So this is inside his school community. These are his communities. So your funnel can look something like this. You can have a front-end offer at 27. You can have a mid-ticket offer at $397, and you can have a high-ticket offer at $3,000 per month or $2,000 per month, etc. Adding that extra offer in between can create a lot of revenue from all of the people who simply cannot afford your most expensive offer, but they can afford your mid-ticket one. Now, you don't need to necessarily add this, but it's a great addition, and it can be really, really profitable for you. Now, take a look at Cody Sanchez. She has an 8-figure business. I'm including her because she's a great example. These are her funnel assets or her ecosystem assets. Now she has a book. She has a book that you can order here today. It comes with a bundle and it's $100. So it's basically a front-end offer. She has a free newsletter, which is basically a free lead magnet. She has a low ticket offer course, which can serve as a list entrance or as a conversion mechanism later on from the newsletter. Also $100. She has a high ticket course that's, let me see here, get started now. I think it's $2,000. Yeah, $2,000. High ticket do-it-yourself course. She has a community, of course, also a conversion mechanism. You can join her community if you become a customer. She hosts workshops because that's also a conversion mechanism. This one is paid and it's $500. I think, yeah, Miami, Florida, it's free. It's basically a workshop live event. She has 4 lead magnets apart from the newsletter. You have the buyer's guide for acquiring profitable cash flowing businesses in 2025. She also has a lead magnet to get the 19 books that made her rich. She has lead magnet number 3, which is 130 plus boring business ideas. You get this like checklist or cheat sheet. She has lead magnet number 4, which is her 13-week cash flow tracker, like a calculator for cash flow. So look at this, like 4 free lead magnets, 1, 2, 3, 4 conversion mechanisms, and then more conversion mechanisms here. She has a podcast because if you remember, long-form content is also a conversion mechanism itself because they consume it for a long time. Blog as well, like articles, etc. Look at this conversion mechanism as well. And then she just does a brilliant job on top of the funnel, which is on her YouTube channel. Look at this. Almost 2 million subscribers. She has a pretty solid Instagram. She has 2.6 million followers. She's amazing on LinkedIn as well. She has, let me see, almost 500,000 followers. She's on X, which used to be Twitter. She has almost 600,000 followers. Here's her on TikTok. She has almost 2 million followers. Look at her Facebook profile. She has over 300,000 people following her, and she also has she lacks a VSL. Yeah, this is the only thing that I didn't see. Now imagine like looking at her ecosystem. Look at all this stuff that she has. This is the ultimate prime example of the ultimate leads funnel at steroids. And no wonder she has an 8-figure business, right? 4 lead magnets, 1 newsletter that's basically also a lead magnet, which is 5 lead magnets in total. She has a book as a conversion mechanism. She has a low ticket course as a conversion mechanism. She has a community and a workshop as a conversion mechanism. She has a podcast and a blog. So 4 lead magnets, 1 newsletter, which is also a lead magnet, 6 conversion mechanisms, high ticket course, which is basically her mid-ticket offer because it's do-it-yourself only, and a community for if you join her high-ticket program, which is the core offer. So the offer structure is there as well. Millions and millions of followers on social media, YouTube as well, and she only lacks VSLs. Not sure if maybe she does have one. Maybe I didn't see it. I don't know. She probably has one. Like maybe. I think she actually has one. Wait, yeah. So she has a VSL here, right? This is a VSL. I think she also has one here. Yeah, this is a VSL as well. So it's a video sales letter on the page. So yeah, she actually has everything. And if you go to her meta ads, Facebook and Instagram, you will also see the ads library that she also runs paid ads. And she also does partnerships with other people. So basically, from all of this here, she does every single thing. And she emails pretty frequently. So I'm on her email list. She always sends emails. So she won the game. That's it. Like, so now of course you don't need to be like her. She's a pretty extreme example, but this is the example that you can look up to. Like, open all of these links, browse through her website, search how she structured everything. Everything is here. I hyperlinked everything inside. She perfectly pulls people from social and YouTube into her funnel ecosystem and interconnects everything. For example, of course, if you buy her book, you're gonna find more about her community inside the book, etc. Right? Of course, if you buy her low-ticket course, she's gonna mention her high-ticket course inside the low-ticket course, because you're inside her own channels and she interconnects everything that she has. So you're more focused, and you just cross-sell and upsell yourself all over the place. It's nuts. Also, on her thank you pages, her team immediately tries to convert you, take your phone number, and then make you book a call directly, or directly contact you on WhatsApp while you're still warm and make you hop on a call from there. It's a full ultimate selling machine. Now, here's my question for you. We're almost coming to an end of the course. Which funnel will perform better? The one on the left, this one, or the one on the right? Well, the left one, obviously, because if someone is in your community, follows you on social, reads your emails, watches your YouTube videos, attends your webinars, they bought your front-end offer, and they even chatted with you directly because you made an outreach, the chances are that they convert are 10 times higher compared to someone who's just on your email list. For example, out of 60, 70, 80 clients we worked with, our top 10 clients were always the one who had most of these elements in place. Now, if this sounds overwhelming, I've got good news for you. You don't need to have every single element up from day one. With a strong lead magnet or front-end offer funnel that serves as a list entrance, you just need one or two powerful conversion mechanisms that you focus on and promote consistently. That's more than enough to get you decent results. Like if the stuff you sell is under $200, then you can have a long-form sales page. If you sell stuff from $200 to $1,000, go with a VSL. If you sell stuff from $1,000 to $2,000, go with a webinar or workshops. If you sell stuff above $2,000, go with a VSL that has book a call as a call to actions. But conversion mechanisms like outreach can always be done regardless of the price. Community can also be done regardless of the price, but if you only sell done for you service in the back end for larger businesses, then I don't recommend it because larger businesses who only want done for you stuff won't likely enter your community. Also, if you're like strong on YouTube, if you have a really strong YouTube channel with long-form YouTube videos, you can absolutely win with just email marketing plus one solid conversion mechanism. Here's an example of Charlie Morgan, who just has a strong YouTube channel and one VSL funnel, and that's it. And he has an eight-figure business. It's not that I think I know, I'm not sure what I put this. He has a solid 8-figure business. Now, he's obviously very good at what he does and he has a strong personal brand. So that's why he's able to pull it off. Now, this is him. Pretty strong YouTube channel, lots of views on every single video. I don't prefer these style of thumbnails. It kind of feels like, I don't know, rude, but okay. That's just his approach. And then here you can see in the bio link section or description section, whatever, you can just land on his VSL and you can book a call with him. That's it. This is the only funnel he does and he runs. But obviously he's an extreme example. I'm just showing you examples and what's possible here because he's really great on YouTube. He also runs paid ads on YouTube as well, but because paid ads tend to work really well for him because people know him, right? People are familiar with him as a personal brand. That's why he's able to pull it off. Now, people think they should choose and ask, should I use a lead magnet funnel or a front-end offer funnel or a webinar funnel, book a call funnel, VSL funnel, challenge funnel, quiz funnel, community funnel? But that's a wrong question to ask yourself because all of these funnels work, but they don't work in isolation. Like a webinar funnel alone won't give you much. But if you use webinar as a conversion mechanism when someone enters your funnel through a lead magnet or a front-end offer, then it's good, especially if you have tons of people entering your email list and your ecosystem. For example, you bought my course, which is my front-end offer. You're watching the video lessons in the members area. You can watch my VSL. You have an option to book a call with me. You can ask me anything and have a conversation with me in the community tab above this video. And if I also ran a workshop or a webinar and invited you to it, you're much more warm and it's way more likely we'll do business together. You need to do the same thing to your audience. Super crucial here. This is what you need to do. Now, reality check. Buyer journeys are not linear because the timing is never perfect. People get interested, then they almost buy, then they forget about it, then they come back 3 months later on to 3 months later out of nowhere, and then they finally convert. That's why this type of funnel, this type of ecosystem is so important, because you need to stay on top of mind so that when they're ready, they choose you. And that's exactly where email marketing takes place when they enter your funnel. If you don't have a funnel, then you rely on social media and retargeting ads to stay in their world, which is hard. Also, if you're expecting leads to move through this funnel and through this ecosystem in a nice, clean, linear path, I'm going to download the lead magnet, I'm going to receive some emails, I'm going to join your community, you're going to reach out to me, I'm going to hop to your webinar, and then I'm going to buy. No, forget about it. You're setting yourself up for disappointment, because most people don't buy like this, not even close. They'll jump in and out of funnel phases, forward, backward, sideways, and by in the end, maybe. That's reality. It's chaotic. For example, sometimes they will enter your funnel from the lead magnet and then do nothing and never convert. Sometimes they'll join your community first and then from the community land on your email list and then convert after 10 months. Other times they'll just attend a webinar and buy right away without doing anything else. This is when you directly promote a webinar from your top of the funnel activities, and in this case, it serves both as a list entrance mechanism and a conversion mechanism. So you do not always have to use lead magnets or front-end offers for the list entrance. I recommend them, but it's not mandatory, right? There are no rules. Marketing is not a science, it's testing. So these are all different entry points and buying journeys for different, as I said, customer journeys. But what matters is that your funnel is interconnected. So with these chaotic buying decisions and journeys, you need multiple touch points and you need to keep their attention inside your ecosystems. You need to interconnect everything. So once someone enters your funnel, you pull them in deeper and hold their attention for a longer period of time. Because the one who knows how to hold attention the longest is the one who wins in the long run. Conversions can come from anywhere, and that's a good thing actually, because we have a lot of opportunities to convert them. It can come from your lead magnet, from your front-end offer, from your thank you page in the beginning, from your Malcolm flow, from your newsletter, from your email campaign, or from a conversion mechanism like webinar, workshop, community, VSL, outreach, long-form content, etc. But as long as you keep them engaged with these elements, you'll convert them eventually. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And that's the whole point, having these elements so that you remove the guessing part of the equation. Because you cannot guess what element will convert them. You can only structure your funnel and your ecosystem in such a way that you maximize your chances that one of the elements are going to convert them when they're ready to buy. So to conclude, you cannot use a singular linear buying journey because people buy stuff unpredictably. But this funnel minimizes the chances of you needing to guess anything. And here's how email marketing fits into this funnel. I'm focusing on this because email marketing is one of the best things that we do in terms of one of our deepest expertise. Because you have it here on your welcome flow, in your newsletter, email campaigns, abandoned cart and checkout flow, browse abandonment flow, book a call flow, post purchase flow, abandoned checkout flow, pre and post event flow, waitlist building. That's also email marketing. Email notifications from email notifications that you can get from the community, etc. And if you need more help setting up your email marketing sequences, you can either buy the funnel conversion toolkit that you have under this video, where you will have all of these sequences written for you. You just need to edit them, swipe and tweak them for your offers. If you need more advanced email marketing tactics, you can buy the list monetization toolkit if you haven't bought it already, also below this video, which will give you all of the conversion secrets to get more people opening, clicking, replying, and buying from your emails, etc. Now, the truth is, nearly everything you do in your funnel kind of ends up building your email list. I like to say all roads don't lead to Rome, they lead to your email list. Just think about it. Want to join the community? You leave your email. Download the lead magnet, you leave your email. Sign up for a webinar, email. Buy a front-end offer, you leave your email at the checkout. Every path kind of leads back to the list. And that's why email marketing is the core engine that connects all parts of this funnel and this ecosystem and makes everything stronger and more profitable. And email's role becomes the most powerful when you have steady traffic and consistent flow of new customers coming into the funnel. Because even if you have the best email marketing in the world, if nobody enters your funnel, then nobody sees it. What's the point? Now, Once you've got this full funnel mechanism and ecosystem in place, every podcast you guest on, every viral post you have, every ad you run becomes 10 times more profitable, because now every lead that you generate simply gets sucked into a powerful ecosystem that converts. All right, this is it. You've made it to the end. Now it's finally time to build your funnel. Use the Miro board link you received in the first lesson below the video, which is your first lesson in this course, and map out your ultimate leads funnel with all of the elements we covered in these 4 videos. Once that's done, you got 2 options. You can build your funnel on your own, or you can have us walking you through it step by step inside our implementation program, where you build your ultimate leads funnel. If you want the second option, click the link below this video. And also, don't forget to watch the bonuses. They'll help you move faster and see how top 1% creators are implementing this funnel and ecosystem in real life. So these are the bonuses. Here you have your calculator, so you can estimate your funnel profits to see where the money is, where the money is flowing. And here's the $1 million funnel breakdowns. You can open just this link. You have it under this video. And there you will look at the top 1% creators of the industry. We broken down in detail the most profitable funnels we've ever seen. And you will see that they all run this kind of funnel with multiple lead magnets, automated email sequences and campaigns, consistent newsletters, free and or paid communities, free webinars, paid workshops, VSLs, multiple active social media platforms, long-form YouTube videos, paid ads, DM outreach, front-end offer to back-end offer, awareness bridge, as I explained. And why do they do all of this? It's because it brings them closer to their audience. It builds trust and relationships at scale, which was the core promise of this course. They're all over the place, but not in a chaos, it's systematically. They show up at every step of the journey. And when you stay close to people like that, when you build trust, when you build a relationship, then they buy from you. So that's how the game is played. This is it for this course. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, just reply to any of the emails you got from me in the last couple of days, or leave your question in the community above this video. And I'll see you around.